All right, so let me show you how you can how you can just tackle some of the question that comes in an exam, or rather something that you can also write on paper. But since it's practical, we are going to start with first just the phone. You can use the phone, or rather you can go online. You can just type online, and then you search for C++ compiler online. You'll be able to find those. But in our case, we're using a phone, so here's the app that you need to download. The app. So you've seen coding C++. Okay, so I'm going to open that one quickly. So now, as it is opening, this is the question. I mean, this is the skeleton. Always, this is how it begins with. Now, this line, we need to omit this line. Have you seen this line? When you remove this line, like 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 this. So this is a skeleton of C++. Just this. Always, every program that we write always begins like this. Now, that statement, this one was just there because this is the first program. Whenever you are learning C++ or any other language, it's a generic. You type something like, you display something like hello world always. So if you run that, this is a run button, it will display hello world. So the line which is responsible for displaying is this one. The word is a reserved word which is cout with this operation. You've seen these operations, and then inside here we have a string. Why am I saying it's a string? As you can see, we have open quotation mark there and closing quotation mark there. You've seen, yeah, and then you put the headline. So the idea is there is a question, by the way. There's a question. Let's go and see. This is the question. So the purpose of this question is just to display your age. So the question says, create the program that accepts age from the user and display it on the screen. Meaning to accept age from you yourself, which is your user, and then it will display the age that you entered as a user on the screen. So let's see how we can write that one. So I'm not going to start from scratch, but this is how the skeleton looks like. I'm just going to pass this through quickly. So always begin with the 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 hashtag, then include iostream. This is known using namespace. Have you seen namespace should be one word, and then std, you terminate. All these words that we've written, or which are presented here, are in all lowercase, or simply as they are in small, what do you call it, in what in Shan, I don't know if it's okay, lowercase. I don't know if you understand what lowercase mean, but in small letters, that's the term that you mostly use. So in small letters, yeah, but as we use lowercase, so they are on lowercase. As you can see, int as well, int main, that's where even the execution begins from, meaning whenever you run a program, that's where it begins from. Now it is a function which is integer, and then main, that's a main function, that's the name of it. The function is called main, and then it has some uh, brackets and then curly brackets. Then inside the curly brackets here, that's where you put anything that you want to deal with. So in this case, Varisa Vikasi out like this, and then also whenever you are done doing everything, you have to put a word plus return 0. Always it is at the end, then finally terminate. I mean finally you close. Kind here there is the curly bracket, open curly bracket. So whenever you open, they go in pairs, so that means you have to close, just like here you've seen. But I'm saying in here don't put anything, in here don't put anything. We want to put something in curly bracket. You are not at this level of putting something here, not now. Okay, so now let's quickly create a program that accepts users input. So quickly, let me just remove this line. It's like that. All right, let's code some now. First of all, you have to declare a variable. Remember what a variable is? A container, okay, that stores uh, that stores value or a memory location. So now, how do we declare a variable? It's simply as this: int my purpose. First of all, I ask my question, what do I want to store? What value will I store? Okay, for me it's age, and age usually it's in numbers, whole numbers without decimal points. So that means the best data type that I'm going to use, it's integer. So int, for in abbreviation, there is no integer in full, so just say int, and then you give a name of a variable, which is age in my case, and then you terminate. So this line that I've done here is just called a declaration. Okay, so now I'll comment out this one. I'll say declaration, declare, okay, declare, just declare. So we've declared the age, so declare age. So this is how we declare age, as you can see. Okay, and then down, the next thing is we're going to, this space that I had to put here, it's your choice. You can just begin from here, but I like to keep the code readable, so I'll push this down here. So now see out like that. Oh, sorry, see out like that. All right, and it is a reserved word, because whenever I push, as you can see, there is pop-up, there are my pop-up words, meaning these are reserved word. They are words which are kept for you, so that it's very easy for you to code. So see out like that. Now this see out as these two less than signs, which are called extraction operators. And then after the extraction operators, we're going to put something that I should show the user what they need to enter, because there are so many data in the world. So I have to guide them to say, you enter your age, and then they know the age. Not there is nothing, just say enter what? Maybe someone enters a name, or maybe enters a sentence, enters etc. So we have to guide them. We need the number. So now specifically it's the age. So you say enter age. Okay, so I'll say enter your age. For me, you say your age. Okay, your age, like that. So I'll tell the user to say enter your age. Okay, and then you using the quotation marks, quotation mark, open quotation mark, close quotation mark, just like that. And finally keep a space here, just a space, a bit of space right there. Yeah, like that. And then finally you can just terminate, no problem, just terminate. And then finally down below here, we're going to write a function. So let's first run and see the program so far. Okay, so all right, so you see enter your age, but when I tap here, when I type AMA values like this, I can't enter, you see, but I'm able to click, I can't enter, because there is no function, or rather term, which is accepting. So we have to put cin. Cin is a word which comes from this standard. So whenever if you didn't include the standard, you can't use C out as well as C in. So always include first this line, the line 2. So in my case, C in. Now observe, there is a difference here. As you can see, we have this to my less than. You've seen where they are pointing, huh? They are pointing to out itself. Then these are opposites. They point to a different direction, like this one, the opposite direction in this one. So these are called, just these operators are called insertion operators. Insertion. Why? Because you are inserting the data, which is the age. Specifically, you are inserting your specific age. If you are 20, that means you are inserting 20 into a variable called age iri so now this is how we accept. So whenever you put C out, that means you're able to accept users value, just like the question said. Okay, we write something that accepts. So accepting party, we are done. Okay, now the only part which is remaining, it's display on the screen. But let's see if we're able to accept this so far. Let's try it again. All right, just some few minutes. Okay, you've seen now. Enter your age. So now I can simply put age. Now it's even editable. 45. You can put if you're 20. You can put if you're 15. Again, maybe just like that. So now here we're able to enter something, but we're not able to display it. Okay, whenever you proceed, or whenever you are done, you can't, you see. So the idea is we have to put another statement on the screen, which will be displayed on the screen, to say your age that you have entered is this. So cout, whenever you want to display something on the screen, always, please always include cout like this. Cout is a word that is used to display anything of your choice on the screen, anything. So this is how you do it. All right, so then inside there I'll say you, I can even capitalize it. Now for consistent, since the first one wasn't in uppercase, so I'll just capitalize the first one. You have entered, just entered. Let me also capitalize the first H there. You've entered. Okay, so you've entered cout. Let's put an headline. Okay, so you've entered another extraction operators in between there. And then here I'll call this age. Have you seen the age here? The age, put the age here, just mention age like this. But if you write your age as this, C++ is case sensitive. This with a lowercase, and here where is the uppercase age, they are two different things. C++ learn that who is this one? Where is he coming from, or she coming from? Because I only know the one which begins with the small letter A, this one. So who is this one who's being called here? So make sure you are being consistent. So just use lowercase like that, and that way is fine. So this program will able to actually accept user input as well as display it. So simple, this is how you do it. Okay, let's run it and see. Okay, so now let's see. Enter your age. I'll say okay. 96 years old. Place it. You've seen. You have entered 96. You've seen, huh? Now, did you observe the way it had to display this one? The idea is when I entered 30, maybe like that, you've seen there's no space in between here, so I can put the space between enter your age. I can put the space simply as cout. You can also use the same cout, but just don't put anything, just like that. Just put the string, maybe a bit of space like that, and then you even put an end line. Okay, an end line like this, an end line like that. Okay, now run. So that means there will be a space. It's blank. The string are blank, so that means there is a space, and then to push it down. So if I write again just this, you've seen there's a big space in between because of that. If you enter a word instead of a number, it will deny, it won't display anything. So because why? The data type that you use, the query age is supposed to be numbers, so put numbers. Now let me also elaborate on one thing. There's one thing where the difference between, you find some programs, a person has written something like, let me just copy this one. I'll just copy the one other than retyping it. But Imokula type, you type so that you learn by typing. Okay, and then I'll say you've entered. Okay, welcome. No, let's use thanks. No, thank you. like that. You can even put some stickers if you know, I want. So thank you, like that, and then let's run this first. So this statement would just, this statement that we include will just display thank you, you've entered, and then the specific key age. So let's try 34, like that. So thank you, you've entered uh 34. You've seen, huh? This is how you do it. Now there's a part where you exclude this end line. So if I remove the end line, this is what happens. Let's first observe, and then I'll talk about what's the difference. Okay, in fact, you see the difference by default. Okay, so let's enter now 20. If there's anyone, talk shy. And here you've seen thank you, you have entered 20. Now there is no space. Did you observe the first one had a space after uh after these two stickers? It was like a space. It had to push. You've entered down, down. So the idea here is, whenever a person want to display something in the same line, don't put end line. Okay, whenever you put end line, it's more like you're telling the compiler to say put a full stop and start on the new line, or display something on the next line. That's a difference. So if your intention is just to write like this, no problem, your choice is yours. But as for me, I want to, you know, I want it to be this, so that there's a bit of spirit like that. So let's run it one more time. But so far the question card question is then once you just declare a variable and accept the variable always displaying, that's fine. But I just wanted to elaborate more so that you understand everything that I'm trying to tell you, like that. So you've seen, yeah, so that's what I'm talking about. Okay, so basically this is how you program in C++. We talked about variables. Variable should not begin with a letter, a number. A letter, yes, and an underscore, like this. Who have never seen an underscore before? Those people don't know underscore looks like this. Okay, this, you've seen, not a minus. This is different from this. So the underscore looks like that. Okay, so you can begin a variable like this, no problem. Okay, be consistent, but so that's the idea. Okay, so otherwise, thank you for listening. uh, Hopefully I expect you to code more, learn by practicing, as well as also you need to actually know this so that you can even write it on paper as well, because your exams mostly they can come like that, so you have to know both sides. But I'm encouraging to be practical. Okay, simple as this. Thank you.